Fans are singing along with Bryson Stott's walk-up music.
Everybody standing here at Citizens Bank Park. Sanchez to the belt.
Breaking ball, hit in the air, center field.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Christopher Sanchez, for the first time in the big leagues, has thrown a complete game shutout.
Harper looks at Arcia again as he goes around the second base.
And it's turned into the Bryce Harper game.
The game's tied. Castellanos in the third. Dusty is waving him home. Here's the relay to the plate. There'll be no throw. Phillies lead. Breaking ball blasted. Game is tied. Castellanos for the Phillies. And it's a brand new game. And the Phillies close out the National League East. They are the champions of 2024.
Alrighty, Chasers, welcome back to a new edition of the Quit Chasing Show. We are a little cheeky, a little irreverent, and always unqualified. This week, we're reacting to the Washington and Mets series. We're through the dog days of summer and coming up on the home stretch. So let's get into things. I'm Alex Kruger. That's Danny Gerb. Danny, say hi to the folks.
Hey, everyone. How you doing tonight, Alex?
I am doing just as great as I was doing last night, Danny. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing a little bit more rust than I was last night. You say it all the time that we let people know when this is take two, and this is take two.
This is take two, guys. We did a show last night, and it wasn't up to the standards that Danny nor I were finding acceptable, so we're going to do this again.
Believe it or not, we have standards, and we don't find things acceptable.
We have standards, we don't have practices, which is how we get into these messes. So there is, speaking of standards and practices, actually, this does call for our retraction point. Folks, for only the second time in QC history, both of which being in our sophomore season. So maybe, I don't know what that's all about, but we have to issue a retraction. So last week when we had Chris on, he wanted to convince us that Kyle Schwarber deserved to be the captain of the Philadelphia Phillies. And Danny over here said that Kyle was already named the captain. Danny, right. Why don't you pick up the story from here?
Yeah, so I need to apologize. I fell for a fake article, and I hate when that happens. That's why we're giving this redaction, this correction now. And I feel, and I need to apologize to you, and I need to apologize to Chris, because I feel that in my confidence of, no, they already did it, you guys also fell for that fake article. And if I wasn't so bullheaded, you might have sniffed it out sooner. And that's on me.
Your confidence 1000% made us both feel confident in your answer. So you know what, though? That means that your friends have your back, buddy. That means that we don't just question you for the sake of questioning you. Like we believe that you know things. And I think that's special.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I've seen some of those pages that just blast out those fake articles like Trey Turner in a domestic dispute is going to go to prison for 5 years. I'm like, what is this nonsense? The fact that I fell for was named captain late last night in the locker room after whatever game, the Spidey sense didn't go up on it. Maybe I'm turning into a boomer that will give my Social Security away to the Prince of Nigeria. But
I don't know if I said this on the show, but a couple of weeks ago, I did get scammed by someone that pretended that they were taking over one of my old loans. So I mean, we've all been there, or at least you and I have, and we're the dumbasses. I don't know. We're Phillies fans, but maybe.
Yeah.
Danny, so did you do laps tonight, or was that just a last night thing?
That was just a last night thing. Today we're doing this. I'm trying to make it to the witching show at Milk Boy. So we got to pound this out. And this is my lap time. The Adult Swim on Aramingo Avenue, 6 to 7. It's beautiful. I know Always Sunny did that public pool episode.
They did.
Let me tell you, dude, hilarious episode, but they absolutely did the Philadelphia public pools dirty. They are fantastic. And they're coming to an end September 1st.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
It is.
So do they do anything with the pools in the off season? Like, do they fill them with water and let them freeze and turn into ice skating rinks? Is that stupid? Is that a stupid idea?
No, I love that idea. No, right? Unfortunately, they just leave them empty concrete, cavernous holes in the middle of these parks. I mean, they're chained up, but
wait. So kind of like the same, like the streets, like a pothole happens and then bam, you suck an entire Dodge Dart.
Yes, the Philadelphia public pools in the winter are much like the Philadelphia
streets
potholes in the
all the
winter.
time.
Yes. Well, yeah, sure. Absolutely. Yeah, they're one and the same. They look exactly the same.
I'm here for it. I'm here
I
for it.
feel like
Danny,
skating on both of them.
you know what? That's the thing I love about the winter. I saw that meme one time that said the best thing about the winter in Pennsylvania is it fills in all the potholes. You know what? That's pretty damn accurate, I will say.
Silver linings, man. Speaking of silver linings, Alex,
Yes.
say the line.
You want to get into the week that was?
That's right.
Let's do it, brother. All right, starting up, we've got Washington 5, Philadelphia 4. For a brief moment, longer for some, we were the embodiment of notable Hollywood dirtbag Rob Schneider's generic Adam Sandler character yelling, "Oh no, we suck again." We were down 3-0 early and battled our asses back to take the lead on a Jacob Tyler PJ's home run in the 7th. This was sadly followed by Johan Duran's first blown save and loss as a Philly. And this Philly is why we can't have nice things. We got our closer intro, but not our result. Danny, this was the official day where NBC Sports announced that they would be showing the entirety of Johan Duran's entrance instead of cutting to commercial, something that the fans were crying for and something that you were not a fan of. And with this being the outcome, I'd love to know what your take on all of this is.
Oh, I was pretty vocal about not really liking it. 'Cause I didn't care. I think the mega outreach from multiple people I thought was a little silly. And it just goes to my argument of I feel sometimes we prioritize the wrong things. Now, let me just say, if you don't have the financial capabilities, the physical capabilities, or whatever it is to get down to the ballpark, I understand. You want to see it. They showed it to you when he showed up. It's on YouTube. You know, I would suggest you do something like the WWE does, where like you have the video packages on your page. You can go to the Phillies YouTube page and you see the video package. But ultimately, like, I don't like it. I know when I was expressing that I didn't like it, and the outcome was that blown save, you were like, "See, you thought it was a jinx," but I never really said it was a jinx. It's more the fact that in 2023, I went to see the Seattle Mariners. I saw Munez come out with his Los Bomberos entrance. They turn off the lights go red. There's a red spotlight as this fire alarm sounds. LED flames come up on all the ribbons, and then real honest to God pyro. Now, Kim and I looked around each other being like, what is this? This is amazing. On the flight home, I wanted to relive that experience because I thought it was amazing. She recorded it on her phone. I said, hey, pass me over the phone. I got about 3 seconds into that video and just handed it over to her because it wasn't it live. This is one of those joy of the ballpark things. I get that some people can't get down there, but we've seen it already. It's searchable. There's no need for the masses to cry out, I want to see this thing on television. And quite frankly, my opinion as a professional video producer, it's not good television. 101, don't shoot screens unless you have to. And you're getting most of that shot is them turning out the lights, seeing people wave their cell phones, and then shooting an LED board of a graphic spider walking across. It's really not even great television. That being said, probably amazing live. I can't wait to see it live. And when the crowd pops in October, it will probably make it one echelon better. But let the producers do what they do. And, you know, we don't need bad television. That's my take.
So I wanted to hate that take so much. I did, but honest to goodness, Danny, we saw it the first night, and then we saw it the second night because it was on Fox, I think. So like they had the chance to show it. And then I wanted to see it again. So I was part of those clamoring to see it. And then they showed it that night, and I thought to myself, I could YouTube this. Like it just your point about saying on the plane ride home it didn't hit the same. I think you're 1,000% correct, and I think that is something that needs to be respected because you're right, it does not hit the same, and we don't need to see it. And I do think it's a jinx. I do think it is a case of Philadelphia willing something into existence and it actually unleashing the Kraken. So I don't know. We'll find out because we've got a few more games to talk about, I'd say.
I mean, for me, that's one of the things. And the other thing is it goes into that. Sometimes I just don't think we prioritize the right thing. I don't want to see a light show. If you want to see a light show, go to Laser Floyd. I want to see this guy get big outs. I don't want to sing A-OK. I want to see Scott drive in runs.
And
or
it's
Scott
so
drive in runs. You know, I don't want to
funny
that stuff.
Because we're going to touch on this later, but I want to reply to you and say, don't yuck somebody else's yum. I want to say that, but I can't because later I'm going to yuck on people's yum during the Love It, Hate It. So,
right. I understand how it comes off like so curmudgeon-y and unfun loving.
It is like you hating singing along to A-OK. Like, all right, jerk, I want to sing along. All right.
Case in point, when the Mets series comes up, and who's it, Soto that comes up to my girl, and you hear it in the background every time he comes up to bat. That's so annoying. Just imagine if it was Stott on an 0 for like 20 run that he goes on. What do you think the other people are thinking? It's probably even more maddening. I mean,
they're probably pretty embarrassed, I would think.
Yeah, listen. I have fun watching people do their thing and win ball games.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't know if you noticed this quite yet, Danny, but it appears that my camera has not decided to rejoin us, and that's fine. We're okay here. But I'm going to go into the next game. All right. So Washington 4, Philadelphia 6. 4, Philadelphia 6. Chris made a great point in our text thread the other day that the Nationals are the pesky pain-in-the-ass team this year, typically played by the Florida Marlins. 6 strong innings of 2 earned runs from Nola, and those 2 runs were just standard Nola home runs. The thing that's getting me is these boys were actually working counts, other than Casty and Bohm, and they were making starting pitchers unload their tank, except for Bohm and Casty, and they were playing adult, mature baseball that was producing results. Honestly, even Bowman Casty, it's been good to see the boys continue to fight and do what needs to be done to get out of a game with the right number in the win column. And that's when things were still fun. But next up, we've got more fun. Washington 2, Philadelphia 3. This was closer than it needed to be. Rafael Machan ended up being the guy as he popped in all 3 runs for this game. Not just that, but Classic Ranger was back on the menu with a career high 11 Ks, 3 hits allowed, and 1 walk. If Sanchez needs to be the new Wheeler, Suarez is doing a solid job of being the new Sanchez. Danny, tell us about the Marchand of it all.
Yeah, I've spent the last couple of weeks slowly peeling off the Stubbs bit and making it not so much a bit. But I need to apologize. Marchand with those 3 RBIs, you're not getting that from Stott, and that's why we won that game. That was a plus in the win column solely because of Marchand, and you gotta give it up when it's time to give it up.
You know, it's funny. Chris in our text thread today said the completely unacceptable statement that he's never been a Stubby guy and that he doesn't care about Stubbs. And I worry about having him on the show again.
That's funny. I mean, in his defense, when we drop the shtick, we are also not Stubby guys.
All right, that's fair. What we need is someone that enjoys happiness in the clubhouse. We got a whole lot of Jacob or Edwards, and I need a Jacob.
There it is. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
I got you, friend. I got you. All right. So next up, though, folks, is the Mets series, and I asked Danny and Chris what they need to see from this series. Needless to say, we did not end up seeing it. First up, Philadelphia 3, New York Mets 13. We were cruising, got the starter out, and then Topper left Sanchez in for 2 extra innings when clearly his stuff wasn't producing. Bohm bitched for 20 minutes about a parabolic microphone, which, fair, but still makes us look like crybaby Karens. Oh, and Joe Ross and Jordan Romano combined for 8 of those earned runs. Rough start in Flushing. Ross is no longer on the team, and Romano is on the IL. Next up,
can I say something real quick? I want to get in on this Bohm thing. Everyone has said something about it. I would also like to take my turn to say something about it. So he's to blame for this all. Sanchez's changeup wasn't changing, for a lack of better terms. Like, he didn't have his changeup that night. It was a rough outing. He was, not the crisp Sanchez that we usually love. But that 19-minute delay where the Mets come out and answer or go with 10 unanswered runs, unacceptable. I put it on Alec Bum. So here's the deal. He debuted in what?
Bum. I like that.
Yeah, Alec Bum. He debuted at what? To 21, I think. That microphone has been there. Everyone has been saying since 2017. He has had 32 games at Citi Field. Now, I don't know what the split lefty-righty is, but I don't know. Let's say about half, right? But 32 games in Citi Field that he saw this thing before he had to say something about it. Dude, you hit into a double play. Just go back to smashing your helmet on the ground. I would prefer that over complaining about this parabolic mic. When he came up and the Mets fans booed him mercilessly, I said, you know what, boys? I'd boo him too. So just
I will say though, and Jack mentions this on High Hopes when you get there. For once, I'm the one ahead of the curve on High Hopes.
Yeah, you are.
But like there were some shots where you could see the glare and you could understand how it's very hard to hit. So I don't know why it took people 8 years to do it, but you know, I hate that it was Bohm. If it was any other player on the Philadelphia Phillies, we could have this conversation. But because it's Crybaby Karen, because it's Boehmer, we like, God dang it. God darn it.
I agree with you. I could also probably make that defense too, because when you did watch those shots, that thing was bright. It was in the batter's eye. It looked like a bright white ball in the batter's eye.
Like, it looked like some influencer's ring camera was in the
But
outfield.
we're not doing that. We're not doing this.
We can't.
No.
So why would we?
No, because it's been there. It's been there for 32 games before that one. Well, he saw it 32 games before that one.
Did. Well, maybe the next game things got better. Oh, wait. Philadelphia 5, New York Mets 6. As always, what I think Jack Fritz says. Duran hasn't looked right since he took the comebacker off of his foot. 4 hits, and the night after blowing a save and getting the loss, he got the loss again. Bader did his damnedest to get us where we needed to go, tying it up with a 3-run blast. But all of the hope and faith I had a week ago is evaporated. I hate the Mets because they own us. We are their bitch. We don't need OMG or Grimace or anything to get in our heads. They reside there like the sound of Fran Drescher's laugh. Mr. Sheffield. If we see the Mets in the post, we will lose. They are the Phillies. We are the Braves. Let's everyone just accept that. I've been saying that for so long, and just like no one else is picking up on it, and it's kind of pissing me off because it's so flipping obvious. They are the Phillies. We are the Braves. In this SAT, Danny, go ahead. I'm rambling.
No, I know you feel that way. Here's the thing: the Braves owned us in the regular season before we knocked them out in the postseason in 22 and 23. The Mets are 44-24 at home. They're 28-37 away. They play much better at home. I think there's something to it. I think there is a little bit of that Citi Field magic that they have out that way. They are absolutely 100% in Philly's head. They may not say it, but
they're in mine.
Yeah, if it's not in the front, it's in the back. It's definitely there. I think it's a little bigger than this. I think this was frustrating. Listen, this was a series loss in August. They are still 4 games ahead of them in the NL East. But this was frustrating. It was annoying. It had shades of October. It just PTSD runs through your veins.
You said it, and you're so
watching
right.
that.
I mean,
yeah.
This is the PTSD of not only 3 straight postseasons, but also specifically last postseason. When you let I don't mind Lindor beating us, but damn, man, when you let Pete Alonso get a last laugh, when you let Jesse Winker, who's coming off the IL, get a last laugh, when you let who's that other douchebag, Jeff McNeil, get a last laugh, like, nah, man, no. Where's the Arcia? Where is the killer instinct? Where is Chase Utley coming up still to this day saying he hates the Mets? Bryce Harper. Danny, we didn't do it yet. Let's do it. Stop it. Stop selling your stupid Harper 10s and putting Mets colors on it, because you know what? You're just selling crap to Mets fans. No one in Philadelphia will ever buy Mets color Harper gear. You're just trying to sell stuff to Mets fans. And what? You're trolling? Do that at the plate, not on your cleats.
I agree with you. I think it was poor form. Like instead of playing matchy with your cleats, throw the ball to second. Like that's the thing. Like the PTSD shades of October. You had your bad D. The strike zone expanded again. The runners in scoring position was an absolute issue. Yesterday's game, Wednesday's game, faced the minimum batters into the seventh. Like.
And that's the crap. Like, I'm waiting for Grimace to come back because now that Hello Kitty is the toy at McDonald's with the Ninja Turtles flair, like I've been eating a lot of damned Happy Meals trying to get everybody because I've got everyone but Donatello wait, which one's blue? Leonardo. I've got everyone but Leonardo, and like everyone in my family is a different Ninja Turtle, and it's amazing. So I need to get him, but like here's the I don't want Grimace back. But all they need is a little damn magic. And if Alec Boehm just woke them up, I will never forgive them. Sorry, Jack. I know you said that, but you're so right.
I mean, the Phillies, if they woke them up, right? Like, and my theory goes a little more than they just can't play the Mets. The Mets are in their head. I think it's a little deeper. I don't think they have that knockout killer attitude. They don't have that mentality. Anytime that there is an opportunity for a knockout blow, they don't take it. Last season, when they let the number one NL spot, which would have got them out of playing the Mets in the NLDS, when they let that slip, I was like, okay, they're doing that rest thing. It wasn't that important. They want to gear up for the postseason. But, I think that's the culture they created. I think there's a lot of, white flags being thrown. I think there's a lot of we fight for tomorrow and I think that culture breeded a lack of being able to throw that knockout punch. I mean, I think it goes as far back as 2021, Harper's MVP season. He was a little younger. He didn't have all the arm and shoulder and back and whatnot issues, but he was essentially playing meaningless baseball and meaningless Phil's team. I guess maybe if it was the era of the expanded wild card, they could have chased down the Reds. I think they had one win higher than them, so maybe it would have been a little more up against the wall. I don't know. We'll never know, but it just seems like when they are up against the wall, their comfort zone is expand the zone, chase, hack. Bader comes back with the heroics on Tuesday night's game, ties the game up 5-5. Harper and Schwarber see two pitches after that in the next at bat. The final four at bats of the game, Turner, Schwarber, Harbor, Real Muto, just dreadful pressing at bats. And then you get single off of Duran from a patient Mets team that was fouling off every 2-strike pitch, that was working 3-1 counts. Like, and they just singled their way to a win, man. Like shades of October.
It's coaching. And I'm going to try not to yell into the microphone. I have been saying this for a long time, but between Kevin Long and Rob Thompson, they do not have the kind of coaches that are going to hold these kind of superstars accountable and remind the dipshits like Trey Turner and Bryce Harper and at times Kyle Schwarber, stop swinging for the fence and just hit the effing single. Because that's the shit the Mets are doing. And that's why the Mets just kicked our ass. Danny,
hey,
go ahead. But I
was just going to say, hey, Kyle, if you are making your MV12 bid for real, when there's a marquee matchup, maybe don't go MIA like you went MIA in the Mets series in October. Like, what's up with this guy going MIA when the Mets are around?
I'm telling you, the Mets have our number. Case in point, last game of the series, Philadelphia, nothing. New York Mets, 6. I didn't watch this game. I'm not going to watch this game. Muck the Fets.
You didn't watch it because we were recording take one.
We were recording a shitty episode, and you know what? They played a shitty game. So I'm not giving them my eyeballs. Like, I can only imagine how many service industry workers Ricky Batalico has yelled at this week because of how angry the Phillies have made him. That is a very specific joke, isn't it?
Yeah. How many little kids did Ben Davis push on the sidewalk on his way to work?
And it's all Joe Googly-Goggle's fault because he said that we had won the NL.
Yeah, that was early. That was early.
I mean,
appreciate the confidence, but that's early. I
He's
hear
an
you.
idiot.
I
He's
hear you.
a bald idiot.
Listen, it was frustrating. It was annoying, but ultimately, it was just a Seattle or an August series.
It was.
But
It was.
I mean, cause for concern is absolutely there. Just like I said, PTSD, man, shades of October. The concern is there.
I get you. And you know what? It's not fun watching the Phils right now. And we get that, folks, which is why we cover 162 when you're not able to. But we want to bring some fun to you. So Danny and I have been trying to. We didn't do this last night, but we came up with a game this time. Just, I don't know. Pulled it out of our ass. Enjoy it.
It really was straight out of it. It still smells a little.
Like a little bit, a little stanky, but we are just going to tell you who we associate current Phillies with in the world. I don't know. Danny, go ahead with number one.
Okay, my number one, because I'm not really a voice guy. I have Alec Bum as Charlie Brown. Good grief. I'm going to get one of these big hits one of these days.
That is so amazing. I could, and does that make Marsh Snoopy? Because if so, like that works.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Marsh is Snoopy,
there, I can do a Snoopy.
Dot is Woodstock. That's Woodstock. And there's the daycare. I love that. I love that. Charles Schultz once said that the reason life was so bad for Charlie Brown was because he just channeled all of his hatred towards the world and just punished that child for it. It was a weird version of self-flagellation from Charles Schultz, but it entertained all of us for years. So there's something to be said there. I love that. All right. So
that Charlie got from that group of people made no sense to me.
Dude,
why would an adult give a child a rock?
Why would an adult give a child a rock? I think that every time.
What terrible person is that?
Right. That's the America you want to make great again? Okay. All right. So my first one, Orion Kirkering. I don't know why, but ever since his silly little face got up here with his silly little mohawk, I've always just assumed he was Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite. Like, I like her bangs. And it's just because he is an 8-scene kind of guy. You would never ask him to lead a movie, and maybe he's going to show up with Dax Shepard, an Employee of the Month. I don't know, but like he is a nothing bit character that you can never rely on. But like when you're not relying on him, he produces, and it's nice. That's Orion Kirkering.
Oh, so you're not making him say anything as Pedro?
No, 100%. No, I mean I like her.
Oh, I made them say something.
I don't understand what you're saying. What? Who did you just have?
I just had Charlie Brown, and he said, "Good grief, maybe I'll get one of these big hits one day."
All right, Orion Kirkering. I like her swing. There you go. I don't know.
All right, fine, fair enough.
All right, what's your second one?
My second one, I have if Casty was Winnie the Pooh.
Go on.
Oh, rabbit, what exactly is laying off, low and away? Think.
Hold on, because I am a Winnie the Pooh acolyte, and I am quick running through the roster to see. Nope, Casty is Winnie the Pooh. Really solid, man. Really, really solid. I like where you're coming with that.
Thank you.
All right, so my second, Jesus Luzardo, and it's only because of his last start. He is Mario Lopez playing AC Slater, and here's why. AC Slater got all them muscles, but he's got so much heart. And like, yes, he will shove Zach up against the locker if Zach is treating Tiffany Amber Thiessen incorrectly. But other than that, he is a lover, not a fighter, even though he's a wrestler. And there's something about Jesus Luzardo. I did not expect him to be so eloquent in how he explained his stance after that game. I thought the way he handled the press after the game that he started against the Mets was dynamite. It was phenomenal. And he reminded me of AC Slater, which I think is the true hero of Saved by the Bell, not Zach Morris, who is trash.
Awesome. There was this punk band from Atlantic City, New Jersey, that that was named AC Slater, and I just thought that was fantastic. Like, what a perfect tie-in.
So perfect.
So we went a little different. You went more of what and who they are. I was kind of doing them as impressions.
I love it.
This one, what doesn't fit with your mold, because this guy does not have this type of energy and intenseness about him. But I have Topper as Vince McMahon when he's talking about closure by committee. The pockets, damn it.
Give me some more Vince McMahon voice. That was fantastic. And you are a wrestling guy. And I grew up in the Stone Cold Triple H Vince McMahon like mega era.
We'll do it live, pal.
Right, I love it.
I
love it. All right, that leaves me with my last one. Originally, I was going to say that Ranger was Dave Franco, but I couldn't explain it well enough. It's just one of those things where if you know Dave Franco, you totally get it. So my third one is, in fact, Harrison Bader is the Daryl Dixon of this team. What I say to my Walking Dead fans about that is, okay, Harrison Bader is not the star, and he knows that. Rick is the star, but Harrison Bader is that get shit done piece. You need someone to hit that 3-run home run in the 8th inning. Harrison Bader got you. You need someone to play the corner perfectly and to throw someone out at home. Harrison Bader got you. There is something about him that makes me believe he could kill and skin a snake and serve it for dinner, but he could also sing you a lullaby before bed. Harrison Bader, Daryl Dixon.
I love it. We tried. Do you want to go on a break, Alex?
I sure do. I have to pee so bad.
Howdy, Chase Nation. Alex Kruger here with pre-recorded words while Danny and I hit the bathroom or grab something from the kitchen. Do you ever find yourself walking down the street or in the middle of your grocery shopping and had the thought, dang, I wish I had some Quit Chasing merchandise? We know you have, which is why we're excited to announce our merchandise shop is constantly being upgraded and updated. Just click the link in this episode description. While you surf the interwebs, make sure to check us out on all levels of social media: Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter, and yes, even YouTube. Make sure you check out our QC After Dark episodes to catch up on all of the things we do. And if you have a take, have a topic, or want to put your hat in the ring to contribute to Quit Chasing, hit us up on email at quitchasingpodcast@gmail.com. And just like that, let's get out of this break.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the Quit Chasing Show. Now, we have tried to kill some bits. We tried to live some bits, all those good things. We're going to stick with Media Stables this week, but that's the only one before Love It and Hate It. So, Danny, I was really passionate during last night's Media Stables on this one. So I'm going to let you go first because I'm ready to argue with you because I hate you so much. So go ahead.
Yeah, sure. No problem. So for people who don't know, Sublime has released a new song about a month ago, Ensenada. It's Bradley Noel's kid, Jacob. Sounds like him. So I'm going to give you, from my Media Stables, an honest music review because I listened to it. I heard it for a while and was like, oh, this is new Sublime. And then I listened to it and I wanted to get some opinions on the internet. So I looked around and all the critiques and reviews of it was, oh my God, Sublime, new Sublime. It sounds like Sublime. And I'm going to say yes, but no. Here's the thing. It does that reggae thing. It does that key change at the chorus. It does all the stuff that you want Sublime to do. He sounds like his father. That's great. What he doesn't do is hit that dirt, that grime, that teeth like his father does. Bradley's got this earnest to him that he's telling these stories about his life. Where Jacob doesn't. I mean, even he says all the same things that his father does. He's talking about partying in Mexico and SoCal, and there's a line here. If I was the motherfucking president, I'd hire 20 strippers for my cabinet. I mean, that's more Kid Rock than Bradley Noel, excuse me.
I go go Bradley Knoll. So I will not change that because I saw VH1 behind the music on Sublime, and they said Bradley Knoll. So
all right, fine. Well, then, if the VH1 behind the music is doing it,
this isn't an Anna Kendrick movie. It's not Noel.
Yeah, what is a more credible source than VH1 behind the music? He's talking about like prostitutes as well. Like, I don't want to be your man no more. I want to go and bang whores. Like, Bradley was talking about banging whores as well, but it was different. It was more of like, hey, we're both street people. Like, I love you. I love your dirt. Like, you love my dirt. We have this common fight the world together attitude. It was more of a holding them up, other than like, I'm gonna leave a lover to just have dirty sex. Like, I don't know.
And
he's saying all the same things his father did, just differently. It doesn't have the teeth. It still has that like SoCal vibe, that reggae-ish vibe. I want to crack beers by a pool and be like, ha, 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 I'm from Jamaica, man. That's fine, but it doesn't have that dirty grit that I think the East Coast punkers latched on to Sublime for. Like, that's missing. The teeth is missing. The earnestness is missing.
I think that's fair. That is a very fair assessment because Jacob Knoll grew up in a very different environment than Bradley Knoll did. And the experiences they experienced on the way were very different. I am not going to vilify Jacob for his lyricism because I've been searching for the next Sublime since I was a kid. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but Sublime was one of my very first like adult level musical obsessions. I was playing Final Fantasy in 1997, and the self-titled album was the soundtrack to hours upon hours upon hours of grinding to get the GFs and to get everything leveled up. So Sublime and I have a crazy history. I have all 3 of their albums as well as Stand By Your Van on vinyl, and I am willing to give Jacob the chance to find himself without like he's allowed to screw up this one, and not all Sublime songs are bangers, but I hear what you're saying. If this is what they're showing as their hit, my God, what are the B tracks? And I don't know, but if it's a Noel with Bud Gaw and Eric Wilson,
yeah,
I'm good with it because it's better than Slightly Stupid. It's better than Revolution.
Oh,
it's better than
that.
all. Well, hold on. Are you about to talk shit on Slightly Stupid?
No, well, yes.
Okay.
I wasn't about to. I think I just did.
Okay, we're going to hold this conversation for another day because I am a Slightly Stupid acolyte, friend.
This is an after dark.
This is an after. Oh, well played, sir. But I am good with it. I hear what you're saying, and I appreciate your stance. But if you're a Sublime fan, it's not half bad.
If you're a Sublime fan, we're thirsty for Sublime, sure. But like, it's a tribute band. They're doing the reggae-ish, they're doing the Spanish stuff. Sure. If you are a guy like me who likes the dirt and the teeth and the heaviness of it, even what I got, like even his lighthearted party bangers had a truth of heaviness to it. I think this one misses the mark. It has the same reggae tone. It has the same rock tone. It goes into Spanish. Does all the things that you probably want Sublime to do, but without the teeth.
I mean,
and I think there are people. I think there are people. I think there are people that are gonna miss the teeth and the grit.
I get that. Real quick, who's your favorite cover band you've ever seen?
Cover band?
Yeah. Or like homage band, like tribute band.
No, I know what you're saying.
Like Dave Stansek was a huge Darkstar fan.
Darkstar wasn't awful.
I enjoy Brit Floyd. Brit Floyd was really, really good live.
I went to a Darkstar show at the Electric Factory. It wasn't bad.
Nice. Was it electric?
No.
Have you ever seen Badfish live? I guess is what I'm
No.
Okay.
I haven't seen any of the premier cover bands.
All right. Premier cover bands. There's such a thing as a premier cover band.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
I know.
Yes.
What kind of a weird society do we live in that there's a premier cover band? Whatever. All right. I'm going to get into my media stables, which this week is the Office spinoff called The Paper. So on September 3rd, which is a week from the day that you're listening to this, All the episodes are dropping on Peacock all at once. It is The Paper. It is by Greg Daniels, not Mike Shore, and some of the other folks. Oscar is in this show as well because of reasons, and it's coming. There's no way to stop it. It's happening. I've seen
that's what I said.
That is what you said. I've seen the trailers. I'm a little bit fearful, but here's my take on the Office reboot called The Paper. I am guessing that by episode 4, it finds itself and it is a very compelling story. And that is why they are releasing all of it together, because they know that if they release this thing and for 3 weeks it misfires, no one's going to give it to the 4th week. So they have to give everyone all 9 episodes so that we can devour it and appreciate it for what it's trying to be, instead of comparing it as much to the old Office. So as much as I hate the idea of a full season release all at once, I do believe that fandom has required them to do that, because if they did it episodically, we would have never given it the opportunity to be its own thing. It's not The Office, it's The Paper. But we as fans, because of the way that we work and the way the internet works, are not going to let The Paper be The Paper. We're going to demand it is The Office. So my media stable is watch all 9 episodes. Let The Paper be The Paper and judge it as itself. Don't judge it against The Office. See how it is as a self-contained story before you judge it against anything else. And that's my media stable.
Be The Paper. Feed The Paper.
Be The Paper, folks. I want folks to give it a true opportunity before they just say that, oh, it's vogue to hate and poop on things and I'm going to hate it. So please try. Please try.
The people, persons, paper, people.
People, persons, people. Oh,
there it is.
So hard to say, though.
It really is. It really is. I wonder how many takes they did. They had that had to have been the afternoon.
Dude, that had to have been like a Red Bull fueled photo sheet. But Creed got him through that. Many, Mr. Black. I got you.
All
right, Danny.
Lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue.
The tip of the tongue. So let's get into the last bit. 41 minutes. We're doing well. Love it or hate it, Danielson. EAGLES. Eagles chance at Phillies games.
It's that time of the season, Alex. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Appropriate chance for appropriate venues. I think it is a little disrespectful to the boys on the field. They're in the middle of a pennant race at the moment. Show them some love. That's where I'm at with it. We will do this every season. Mark your calendars, people.
My biggest point is we can spell better things than just Eagles. Honestly, the mayor can't even spell that. So why don't we just spell PHILS, go Phillies? We can keep I've been saying it for at least a year. We can keep the same cadence. That way it's easy for you guys. And just do PHILS, Phils. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. And you don't have to worry about it anymore. And again, the people that are doing the Eagles chants at Phillies games are the same people that are telling New York Mets fans that they ain't shit, when right now they own us. So you guys are the ones that on Twitter are going to cause a scene. Let's all be realistic. Let's all just accept where things are, who we are, and what's happening now, and shut the hell up.
Yeah,
I love our boys. I do, but goddamn.
I think they're unserious people. If you want to go and stand in Ashburn Alley and yell the Eagles chants in the middle of a pennant race, well, you pound the Surfsides and hit on your girlfriend's friend. Like, be my guest, man.
Who happens to be your sister? Who happens to be your sister?
Well, now you took it too far. Like, don't be my guest. I didn't mean be my guest, man. I meant you're unserious. You're unserious. I get it. The one thing that bothers me about it is like the blue check mark people that are like, hey, associated or around the Phils, like, can we stop this? And the retort from the people out of the woodwork, no, it's our thing. It's how we bond. Well, believe it or not everyone's a football fan. Not everyone's an Eagles fan. Not everyone is a 4-for-4 person. I appreciate community. I am an advocate for community and growing communities. It's not our thing. It's your thing.
I agree with you emphatically that it is actually disrespectful to the Philadelphia Phillies organization, who have as many world championships as the Philadelphia Eagles do.
In Super Bowl era, sure.
Sure, in the Super Bowl era. And you know what's funny is I mentioned this today, and some folks online have given me some pushback, but not a lot. The Phillies' trajectory right now reminds me more of the 76ers than the Eagles. So maybe we should just be doing the 76ers theme song before every game, because
that's because we're butthurt about the Mets series right now. That's why you said that.
And I'm butthurt about just everything that's happened in the Joel Embiid era. I want to root for the Sixers. I am a child of the Allen Iverson era. Like AI crossover, my God. But I don't know. Danny, I think we did it.
Yeah, I think so too. You got something to say, Alex? Some well wishes?
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm out. What do you got? What am I forgetting?
Some birthday wishes.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, tomorrow, August 29th. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe I forgot this. Matthew Paul Pupo, Audrey Teresa Kruger, happy birthday. One of you is turning 38. The other one is turning 11. I'll let you, the viewer, decide which is which. But happy birthday, guys. I hope that it's awesome. Matt, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. So, oh, crap. If you listen to this episode on the way to Harrisburg, I will be ruining my surprise. And you know what? If that happens, then I'm so happy for you listening to this in the first.
I was gonna say we're gonna find out if he's a listener or not.
We are, because I'm going to. So when I first talked to Matt about him coming home this weekend, he was like, man, my schedule's crazy. And Matt is a great guy who is not going to try to inconvenience me at all. So I texted his fiance. I was like, hey, Matt's not going to tell me what's going on this weekend. Let me know when I can come over and celebrate his birthday. She's like, cool. We're going to his mom's house at like 6:00 on Friday. Bet. I'm just going to stay at work until 5:30 and then go straight there. So thank you, Jess. Thank you so much for helping make sure that I get to celebrate my bestie on his birthday.
Well, happy birthday. And to all the moms out there, happy Labor Day. Everyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant.